video of my 1959 GMC. I put on a Duramax chassis, totally back halved it. The body came from a farm in Troy, Kansas. The Duramax came from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which is like 4 hours from me, I'm thinking, somewhere in there. But the start of the video, it's gonna be kind of a little rough because I wasn't sure if I was gonna videotape everything. So bear with me on the first part of actually mating the body to the frame. But after that, it gets a lot better since I bought a shop, and finally being able to do stuff here makes it a lot easier to put out videos. But we'll get into it. Alright, I figured I'd give you a better look. This is what the back of it's gonna be. So this will be a receiver hitch down here. That's just the support for it. Then cross member sway bar is gonna be on the inside of this. Then another cross member up here. Shock mounts gonna be on the inside of this. It's gonna be a gooseneck plate up top, and I got another cover piece to go on that. It's sitting over on a pallet. And the front of it, I didn't show you earlier, but it's gonna be Z-cut. So if you look over here, this is just a rough cut to get the other frame out of here. So I still gotta Z-cut it back. So that'll be in a little while because my buddy that designed it, he's making me a template to cut that. So it's real easy. And actually I have a roll pan for the back, which is right here. And tail lights. And obviously license plate, then the receiver is gonna come through. It ought to look pretty good. It's gonna be step side bed, so it's just gonna have a fabricated bedside and fenders. I still gotta get stretched. Here's a closer look at the truss. And the bags are right here. Just go a triple convoluted bag. I think they're like 9-inch bags. So I think they got to travel from 4.5 all the way down the bump stop inside there to 14 inches. So, and I think we set our ride height at 9 inches. I think that's what we designed at least. But here's the wheels that are going on it. They are 24s. 24.5s milled down to 24 with a mud terrain tire. Ought to look pretty sharp on here, because that right there is, I think, like equivalent to like a 30-inch tire, and these are 35s. So hopefully they'll look all right in there, and hopefully we can turn. But we'll see. And this is the gooseneck top plate, which is going to go all the way and down the front of it, actually. But you can see the cutouts, and a cutout for your hand so you can slide the lever, because it's actually a BMW flip over ball, turnover ball, or whatever you want to call it. Alright guys, finally got my adapters in today. We're gonna finally put the Alcoas on the 59 I got. So here's the, I had they're 24.5s, I had them milled down to 24s. So then I put a 35-inch tire on it. Here's the rest of them. So we're gonna take the wheels that are on it off real quick. Or I already started over there. We're gonna take that one off and put the adapter on and put the Alcoas on, and we're gonna see what they look like. I guess it's gonna be pretty wide, but hopefully everything fits. All right, so we left off with me putting the wheels on. They look pretty sharp on there. I spread it back out because I got a bevel and everything, but I just wanted to get all the bars set, just the back half, because I'm waiting on some lowering keys for the front. Then I got the bars right over here. So these will be the top triangulated bars. These will be the bottom bars. Both of them have bends, as you can see. These are the brackets for the axle for the bottoms, but they're 2-inch quarter wall DOM tubing. It's like $14 a foot. And these will be welded on the end. These are my joints. They're from Summit Machine. They're rebuildable. Those are some more brackets there. So I'll grab one of these brackets real quick. This one is gonna go on this side. They're gonna be angled just a little bit, kind of like that. So then, and you can see I got one of the joints in over here. I took the other one out for over there, but then both of them ran over there, so I can kind of just fit everything up. I just got a ratchet strap holding that up just in case it falls off those blocks. So yeah, the gooseneck plate there. Not sure if I showed that yet. These are just more things for the top of that. So yeah, ought to look, I think it's supposed to go down another 3 inches. The frame is supposed to sit down another 3. So it ought to look pretty short and fat, but we'll see. There's another look at this side. All right, guys, so late last night, I started putting the tubes in for the triangulated 4-link. The tubes are 2-inch by 1/4 wall DOM tubing, so it should be damn strong. Then I bought joints from Summit Machine. And they're like $100 a piece, but they should be very, very strong. For a 1-ton pickup, they better be. So with the Duramax, the LLY Duramax. So then what else did I do? Obviously I tacked in the mounts down there too. You can see them over there and over here. But so I had to get a little creative with the Harbor Freight tube notcher, because we decided to crimp these ends down just a little bit with the press, because they weren't going to fit those joints very well. As you can see how wide it is, and you can see just how big the tube is. But obviously I gotta still do the bottom ones, because I haven't notched them out yet to fit the joint. And other than that, I think that's all I really did last night. All right, so in that last video I showed you about the 4-link there, but I forgot to tell you, I put the lowering keys in, and this thing's got 35s on it, and they're sticking in the fender pretty well. They're tucked in there pretty good, being 35 by 12.5 wide tires. They're sticking in there pretty good, and got it pretty damn low to where I want it. So I think the frame's 10 inches off the ground, and that's why I got this sitting at too, just to get the 4-link set up. Then I'll scoot it forward once the 4-link's done and weld it onto the front end of the frame. Then I never showed you the inside. I put the 2004 dash in here. I gotta make some caps for the ends, and I put a transmission tunnel in there. It's not welded in yet. Not sure how I want to do it. If I want to do it where I can unbolt it and bring it back out or not. But the dash, I think I had to trim like a foot, like 6 inches off each side for sure, to get that darn thing to fit in there right. But ought to be pretty sweet once it's done. I got the leather seats, they're Captain leather seats, the 04 also. Alright, well, I'm gonna start pulling this cable I got through the frame rail here. I got the tube there. It's going all the way to the rear. Watch out, Max. Watch out. I'm gonna pull it with this chain here, but hopefully that works. I'm not sure. So I went to local Ace and got me a bunch of this 7-strand. If it'll even focus. It's not gonna focus, but it's 7-strand trailer wire, and I'm gonna pull 2 of those through, just so I got my trailer hookup, and if I needed like 7 different other wires, they're all different colors, to be able to wire anything else up. So, and obviously my tail lights and stuff like that, and license plate light. So yeah, we might actually use them all, really. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. So I'm gonna pull that through and we'll see if that works. It's been a while since I updated, but this is my fuel tank I put together. I use the stock Duramax, I guess you call it sending unit, I think. But so all of these will be actually plugged. Or actually, I might just like cut them and TIG weld them shut or something. But so I got, this is gonna be my this is gonna be my draw tube here. I already got it all welded inside of there. But this is my return. This is my drain. Watch out, Max. So everything should just plug and play there, but it's gonna be sitting. I just got these angle irons just sitting here for right now, just because I test fitted it. Just wanted to hold to the like flush of the bottom of the frame, but it's gonna sit right here, just right there. It's gonna be underneath the cab a little bit, obviously, because the way it's cut out there. And it's gonna be probably 2 or 3 inches lower than what that is, but just so there's plenty of room for my floor, my bed, and the hookups on the top of there. But then I gotta run all my wiring, I gotta run my brake lines, I gotta run fuel lines, I gotta put my cross member on for my it's gonna go right behind the fuel tank. It's gonna be a cross member from these mounts. It's gonna have my air dog on the back of it and all my lines, obviously. But drive shafts at the drive shaft shop in Omaha. That should be done next week, hopefully. But then I'm sure I'm missing a lot of things, but like bed sides, front of the bed, tailgate. I got the roll pan sitting over there on the pallet. But other than that, then I gotta fabricate a bed floor, but we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure what I want to do there yet. But I do want them to flip up so you can see inside there, because there's gonna be 2 different spots that they're gonna flip up. But then there's gonna be a box back here for my air tank, compressor, and 2 batteries, because they're gonna be all the way back here, which kind of sucks, but that's just gonna be the way it is. Because so then the battery cables are gonna go through this frame rail, so you can't see them. All my other wiring's gonna go through this one on that tube there, so you can't see it. It should be clean that way, hopefully. And my air lines are gonna be going through that tube, coming up through this little hole here. This is just a little makeshift thing with some shark bites for right now. I just wanted to see the articulation, but that won't be that way when it's done. But other than that, I think we're gonna start pulling this wire and maybe get everything else put together. So that's the box. It's gonna go right here in the rear. It's gonna have batteries on each side. It's gonna have the air tank kind of in the front portion of it, then compressor, and it's gonna have, this truck's gonna have a false floor that'll flip up to get in there and everything. So yeah, then I gotta make a hole for all my cables. These are all the battery cables to come through, and that's the tail light wiring and all that, and trailer light hookup and everything like that. But we'll keep knocking this out real quick, and I gotta weld this up real quick and see how she fits. All right, so I put the box in. It's just sitting there for right now. I gotta make like mounting tabs on the bottom and maybe on the back side too. But so this will have like a weather stripping kind of like this, but this is off of a window. I don't know from where, but that's kind of like what it's gonna be. Weather stripping. Then there's gonna be, you know, your false floor tips up in the bed, but it's gonna have like a sheet of steel above this underneath the boards of the bed. That's gonna sandwich on top of that to seal that off. And I probably will have to put like some sound deadening in there because the compressor will be in there. So then I started, this is the cross member. It's gonna be right behind the fuel tank. And I drilled some holes, as you can tell, way down in there. There's two of them. And one there and one kind of way up in there. But that's gonna be for just a mounting hole for the fuel tank for this guy, because it's gonna be like, I think close to like 300 pounds or like 270 or something when it's full of diesel fuel, because it's gonna be like 33.5 gallons and plus whatever that thing weighs. I was guessing 60 pounds, I'm guessing. I don't know. It's 12 gauge steel, so I'm not sure. It's gonna be pretty heavy, but 12 gauge, that's pretty thin really. But fuel tank's gonna go right there. That cross member is gonna be here. I want to make it to where the fuel tank looks like it's kind of like just hovering there almost. So there's gonna be brackets on the underside of the frame there. Then off that cross member, there's gonna be two brackets there. Now I think I'm gonna have to make a thing that goes across to the other side of the frame to hold all that weight. Then make a skid plate underneath. But those are the battery cables over there. I'll have to tidy those up. The brake line job didn't do too bad. All stainless. I gotta make a mounting bracket here, but don't mind that clamp. I was just testing things out. But it's all stainless. I had to get these flexible AN fittings, or flexible AN lines, but I got these brackets to go on this on the triangulated bars for the brake line. I think that looks really clean. Then you can see it back in there coming across the bracket, coming in here, and goes into your T, comes across, goes all the way over here to the other side, then way over there too. But yeah, we're not near done, but it's actually Thanksgiving Day today, so, and my family's not doing anything till the weekend, so had a good little day of progress on this thing, so that's good. So I mounted up the air tank and that battery. Well, the batteries are just in there for just now. They're going to be different sizes. That's my battery for my winch actually, but that's a battery out of that old pickup. Well, old battery out of that pickup. It's not really that old, but I still got to mount my air compressor. Then I think I'm going to make a trap door in the bottom there, so I can get to my receiver hitch, which is going to be right there in the center underneath there, which is the only way to get to it because I'm going to have a roll pan against the bottom there. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make mounting tabs on the back. I think 2 on each side, then 2 on each side on the bottom too. So I just cut some angle iron. I'm just making little tiny little tabs just to hold it in there. I mean, it's the best way I can think of, other than like making like what's going on here is something that slides over that 2x4 material there, but I decided against that because I don't want anything sitting right there, and I'm gonna have boards on the top, you know, that's gonna flip up like I said before, and a piece of steel that's gonna cover this. But yeah, I'm just gonna put some mounting tabs on there so that doesn't go anywhere. Then I think I'll be able to put the receiver tube in. I still gotta get that actually, I don't even have it yet. But I'll go to the store and get some tube. Hopefully they have the actual receiver tube with the end bevel on the end of it. But that's what it looks like from this side. It's nothing terribly complicated, but just to hide everything in there. But yeah, I'll start putting these mounting tabs on there and get them mounted up. So I got the mounting tabs tacked on over here, over there, and 4 on the bottom, 2 on each side. But I'm gonna mark my holes because I think I'm just gonna tap into the frame for the bolts. But I'm gonna mark them, then I'm gonna take this off, weld those tabs in, tap the holes, we'll drill and tap the holes, and set it back up there, see how it fits. Stay tuned for part 2 of my 1959 bag Duramax swap build. Hope you guys liked the video, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.